So for the tires, there is the tire catalog in the information sheet. So as you can see, we have all these different types of tires: the cold grip, balance, hot grip, cold grip plus, hot grip plus, Proformers, and the ultimate tire. And you choose which one you want by putting in, for each round, type of tire. And you also get 4 free sets of balance tires at the beginning of the season. So let's say we want to use one of those free sets, you would just put a cost of 0 if you're using one of the free sets. And you would input the values for the balance tires. Normally they would cost you 2 money, but in this case they're free because you have those free tires available. There's also a team member bonus. There's one team member that'll increase the tire grip you can put in there. There's also parts that can increase tire grip, and research, which we'll show you research again shortly. And up here you put the cost. Now let's say we decide we wanted to use Proformers on one of the cars. And you don't have to use the same type of tire on both cars. You can choose 2 different types of tires. So in this case, we put in the Proformers cost us 6, so we put in the abbreviation for the Proformers. Cost us 6 money, but we do get an increase in performance from those tires. So you can see the difference there. It gives us a little bit more grip on the cars, or rather that specific car. You can see over here it shows you the total you spent on tires. You will be spending money on tires throughout the season because you only have 4 sets of those balance tires to start the season with, so that's only going to get you through 2 rounds if you use all those tires on both cars on the first rounds. And as you can see, we go here to the car. It won't actually have any effect on the car page because all the tire info is right here. And of course, I manually have to input all this data into the car files for the race. You don't have to worry about any of that. You just send me the sheet and I do the rest for you. So now we'll move on to research, which is probably the most complex part of the entire management sheet. So the first thing you need to know about research, now you see here there's a team facilities page, which is important for research because there's 2 different kinds of research that you can do. There's in-house research, which is this research to do column. There's also outsourced research, which will be put into this column. Now the difference is outsourced research is much more expensive. It costs 10 money to get 1 research point, and you get 5 free research points to start for outsourcing, but it only costs 2 money for 1 research point if you have a facility built. So let's say we want to be able to do research for our engine. Once again, just like the parts market, input a 1 next to the facility you wish to build, and it will subtract out the money from your bank account. And it'll put a Y there next to the engine shop, which means you are now allowed to do in-house research. So let's go ahead and get some research points for in-house research, and we can spend them on the engine. Now we also have, you have to put in increments of 2. You can't have half research points. And then the money for outsourcing, it's the same way. You have to put it in increments of 10. So let's say we want to get 1 more outsourced research point for a total of 6. And we can input those into the sheet. Just like that. And so now we've done outsourced research and in-house research. Now notice that you cannot do training or sponsor relations with outsourced research. You have to build the facilities to be able to do that. And unfortunately, facilities are not cheap, so you'll have to save a little bit of money if you want to be able to do that kind of thing. Now, of course, there's also this TM bonus column, which is short for team member. Now, the team member has their focus area, and you get 1 free research point in the research area of your team member per round. So, since he's arrow focused, we get to put in 1 research for this round. That also applies preseason. He has 1 point for preseason and 1 point after each round. So let's go ahead and say we want to decrease our air resistance a little bit more and put in one more bonus. Now, the training and sponsor relations work a little bit differently in that the training is based on how much training the driver can do. So in this case, Wayne Donnington is able to upgrade 2 levels of training. And by the way, to use the team member bonus, you do not have to have the facility for that. You just go ahead and use that. No facility is needed. So we can train him up to 2 levels. It will cost you 5 to upgrade each level, and it doesn't do anything until you reach that 5, so let's put in 4. As you can see, the upgrade is 0. That's because you can't have decimal AI levels, so he will only improve once you reach a multiple of 5, since you get 0.2 AI level for every research point you spend. He can train up to 2 levels, so that's the maximum he can do. If you go and look, it puts the training level there. That means that it's his base AI level plus the training, so his normal AI level is now 97, ignoring any other bonuses that will come about. Now, if you were to fire a driver, the training does not transfer. What you have to do if you fire a driver or their contract expires and you hire a different driver, you have to put how much research points you spent on them there next to their name. Let's imagine that we fired Donnington, and you have to clear that column. So your research points will still be counted as spent, but they don't apply to whoever the new driver is. You have to start training them over again. And the PR levels will increase as you add research points. So if we go and look at the sponsors, you can see it's now 5.5. Now you can have decimal PR levels through research. That is possible. So there's the research tab. And we have one more tab to go through, the winnings and PR tab, and that will finish off the tutorial. So if we go to the, well, before I do that, let me check what our money is. Okay, we're actually in negative money at this point, so let me just zero these out. And so we'll go to the winnings and PR tab. Now, in this tab, you see all these zeros here. Those will change automatically based on stuff like the sponsor contract number that you put in back in these tabs. So let's show it by example. So here, we'll just go ahead and input those salaries again. Input our sponsor contracts. Let's put in those bonuses. And as you see, they now appear here. Now there's an entry fee for each race that will also get subtracted out. And I actually just realized there's an error in this sheet, but I'll go ahead and finish up the tutorial. And I'll have to correct that again. But here you'll put how much money the driver makes during the race. So let's say Donington earned 100, Scoren earned 20. And then that is how much money you earn. Of course, this is wrong because this should be subtracted instead of added, which I somehow screwed that up and didn't notice it, but I will fix that and post an update on the forum. Now here, the PR levels also, drivers can earn PR levels, but also potentially lose them if they don't do well. So perhaps Donington earned 1 and Scoren earned 0.2. I'll put up a sheet that lists all of the driver earnings and how much PR they gain for your team, so you don't have to try and figure that out yourself. You can just go to that sheet, look up your team name, find your 2 drivers, and just copy over those numbers from that. And that's all you have to do for the winnings and PR. Everything is automatically updated to here. As you can see, under the sponsors tab, the PR also increases. And that is the management sheet for NAGRCA GT Series. I hope this tutorial was informative and that things make a little more sense. If you're still confused, go ahead and post on the forum with more questions. I'll try to answer them. I'll put up another video of clarifications if need be, if someone's still confused. And again, like I said, I'll post the update to this sheet on the forum because there's a mistake there that I did not catch somehow. So I hope you all enjoy this series. I'm looking forward to seeing how all you managers do, what kind of strategies you decide to use, and also just getting to watch a lot of exciting racing, hopefully, and of course commentating on it. So I will see you in the first round. Good luck, everybody.